2 weeks here, California voters have a chance to change the course of history when it comes to capital punishment.
There are some cases that are so heinous and so egregious that they warrant the death penalty.
So is California ready to get rid of the death penalty, or is the solution to speed up the process leading to executions?
Both options are on the November ballot. CBS 13's Sharon Raget joins us in the newsroom getting answers on this highly emotional decision.
Christina and Tony, what can't be argued is that we have a broken system that does not bode well for victims' families or the state. Tonight, we're going to take a closer look at Proposition 66 and why so many families are fighting to keep the death penalty alive, but want to speed up the process so it doesn't take decades.
It was horrific. There's so much that's missing in my life, and in his sister's life, and the grandkids.
Michael would have been 29 today if he were still alive, but on May 16, 1996, he was just 8 years old.
Just a little boy. An innocent, defenseless child.
It's been 20 years since Sandy Friend lost her little boy after Robert Rhodes kidnapped him as he was walking home from school in Yuba City.
It was only 2 blocks to our house, and at that time, this individual, this monster, he was registered as a twice convicted sex offender, and he'd been living, born and raised, in our little communities.
Rhodes sexually assaulted and tortured little Michael, stabbing him 60 to 70 times, making sure to keep him alive for 10 hours.
He put a knife in Michael, and he twisted it. That many times, over and over again. My son sat there and pleaded, I'm sure, for him to stop, to let him go home.
For years, in and out of the courtroom, Sandy, her family, and 5 girls fought for justice until finally, Rhodes was sentenced to death.
He is pure evil. And if anybody in this state has any residual thought that the death penalty is inhumane, needs to listen to the true victims.
I've seen these cases, I've met these families. They are the worst of the worst.
Sacramento District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert says the death penalty is reserved for the most egregious crimes, like Michael's murder, but adds with 749 people sitting on death row right now, it's time to mend a broken system.
It shouldn't take 25, 30 years to get through a sentence, because that's a disservice to the victims of those crimes. It's a disservice to the criminal justice system as a whole.
Now, Prop 66 aims to fix the flaws. But how? By shortening the time of appeals that challenge death sentences to a maximum of 5 years by eliminating excessive reviews.
Our goal is to complete the state process within 5 years. Is that a hard and fast rule? Do we think it's going to happen right away? No, but we've got to have some timelines to be able to start somewhere.
The measure expands the pool of available defense lawyers so that every person on death row has counsel assigned faster. Trial courts that know these cases best will handle the initial appeals, and supporters say it will ensure due process by never limiting claims of actual innocence.
Prop 66 is about justice, and it's about carrying out justice within a reasonable length of time.
Supporters of Prop 66 are looking to cut costs for the state and put more money back in your pocket, not by eliminating the death penalty, but by not allowing criminals to sit on death row for 20 to 30 years at the taxpayer's expense.
According to the Legislative Analyst's Office, there are added costs with expanding the attorney pool, but the measure could save prison costs in the tens of millions every year. The overall cost savings with Prop 66, though, is unknown. The proposition would also allow condemned inmates to be housed at any state prison, and not just in the maximum security San Quentin facility.
There is a sense of finality, a sense that it is truly over when the sentence is carried out, which you don't have with a life sentence.
This is when Rhodes got sentenced to death.
Sandy hopes voters will vote to keep the death penalty alive so that convicts like Rhodes don't just die of old age.
Sitting in a cell, getting fed every day, being warm, going to sleep watching TV, talking to his family. My girls can't talk to Michael. They can't see him. We go to a headstone.
If Prop 62 and Prop 66 both win next month, the one with the most votes would become law.
Emotional debate, Sharon. Thanks.